Thank you for listening to Borrego Valley Community Radio. Radio by the community, for the community.
It's a smooth voice guy. I'm active on the radio, which makes me radioactive. Broadcasting over the radio frequency to pairs of ears everywhere. It's the man with the face to radio.
Oh, BK.
It's BK here on Borrego Valley Community Radio. The Ram. Okay, it is BK here, your humble host BK. This is officially my first live broadcast here around Borrego Springs. I know it played before as a recording, but I am actually broadcasting live right now, March 11th, 11:02 a.m. from the Community Resource Center here in Borrego Springs in the mall. And we were having no technical difficulties here, of course, but we got them corrected. We got them right and going. So I want to thank everyone that is tuning in listening. I really appreciate it. And I guess you can call this the actual premiere episode because it is live. Now, today I'm going to read a little bit of what's going on around Borrego Springs and play an interview. And the reason I'm going to play an interview from the Plein is because this guy, Chuck, was like the best interview I've ever done, ever. I mean, it was a really good interview. But before I do, I want to read something. I wrote something last night. And why did I wrote it because it actually comes from my heart. And to explain a little bit back, because people ask, why do you do this radio thing and all that? So I'm going to take out my paper and read it now. Okay, so here's why I do this. I volunteer to do whatever I can on BVCR, not because I get paid, because I don't. I don't do it to prove anything. I have nothing to prove. I do it because it's a labor of love. I spend a lot of late nights recording drops and promos and whatever comes to my mind. Just ask Michael. Many years ago, I had an internet show on a platform that no longer exists. That platform was called Blog Talk Radio. I did a live 3-hour show 5 days a week on that platform. People could call in and contribute to the program. I had to quit because I physically couldn't do it, that kind of show anymore. I stepped away for what I thought was forever. Then years later, I heard a voice on an internet radio program. He played a lot of great music, and one could even text in and request a song. I sent a text, and a song was played. I sent another, and another was played. Eventually, I told the voice on that show, Michael R. Lawrence, about the internet radio shows I have done in the past, and eventually even offered to be a part of Borrego Valley Community Radio, in some way at least. I was given the opportunity. I did my first recording for them on my phone at the library because since I had, it had been so many years since I had done anything like this, I no longer had a mixing board or microphone or anything really. So I slowly did get equipment and slowly became part of the RAM. I do my best at everything I do for the station. I can't help it. Like I said before, it's a labor of love. This may sound weird since nobody in my family has ever done radio before, but it seems almost like it's in my blood. Internet radio is something I can't give up, even after I tried. That being said, I also must be able to be free to do decent programs. I don't cuss. I try not to ruffle any feathers. I just want to be able to do decent shows and enjoy doing them. Around Borrego Springs is my newest show, the one here. And I'm super excited and very humble to be able to be given this opportunity. That's a little bit about what I wrote. That is all what I wrote last night. And I do hope you enjoy this show. And, it's going to be different every week. It's not, this is what I like about this. It's different every week. It's not the same format, not the same, okay, at 10 o'clock it's going to be this, or 11 o'clock it's going to be this, 11:30 it's going to be that. It's not that at all. So without further ado, we're going to get started. I'm going to play this interview with, man, I hope I say his last name right, Chuck Kovacic. He was one of the artists at the Plein Festival last week. And again, once you listen, once you hear this, you'll understand why he was the best interview I've ever done. But I want to say one thing before I start it. I was talking to him before I even asked if I can interview him. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this guy could be a stand-up comedian. So I said, are you a comedian or are you a painter? He says, well, once you see my painting, you let me know. And his was, ironically enough, his was the only person who didn't have a painting hanging up at the time. Anyway, without further ado, here it is, the interview from the 20th annual Plein Invitational, Chuck Kovacic. All right, BK back here at the Plein International 20th Annual, as a matter of fact, at the Borrego Art Institute. And I have with me here, I met this guy here through Kurt, and boy, I asked him, are you a comedian or are you an artist? Because this guy is really good. His name is Chuck Kovacic.
There you
got
go.
That right.
Which is funny in and of itself, you know.
And he was gracious enough to grace me with his presence and to grace our wonderful station with an interview. So I just want to ask you, Chuck, first off, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, and as I've already indicated, by doing this interview, it complies with my work release program that I comply now.
So parole officers out there, he's here.
That I am here.
He is.
I am not hiding. I'm not, I am here.
They're going to get after him with a brush.
Yeah, that would be the least of it. And they'd say, we got a palette knife for you.
Oh, boy,
knife. And I got to tell you.
He's going to canvas the place. Okay. Anyway, So we're here at the Plein Air. How many years have you been here? Is this your first year here?
Well, last year I was the judge for the program, and they were so nice to me. I mean, they fed me. They brought me drinks. I said, can I come back again? And they said, all right. So I came back again. And once I'm invited to go someplace, I never refuse any place that I have been invited to go
Especially when you have drinks, right?
Hey, I can't neglect my habits. So
what kind of art do you do? You do paintings, right?
I do paintings. I am a plein air or plein air figurative artist, which means in this case I'm painting outdoors, landscapes. That's what the focus of the exhibition here, the Invitational, because everyone else was invited to be here. And so everybody's going to be out and about this week painting outdoors, plein air.
Good plan to me, anyway, out in the air. So have you done any today, or you're getting ready to go out tomorrow?
I did 4 today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's compulsive, I have the paint, I have the canvas, and it seems a shame just to waste the opportunity because it's a rather unique and interesting place to paint with the mountainsides, with the light going across them. And so I started about 6:15 this morning because there's, that's a great light first thing in the morning. And then I just finished one about an hour ago.
When he says he's into it, he is. He was telling me before he came on the air that he was drawing flies.
Yes, and suddenly they left me as soon as they said, "Oh, you're going to be interviewed. We'll leave you alone. We'll see you tomorrow." This interview will have buzz.
It will have buzz. Yes. Absolutely. Wow. So, I tell everybody who comes on, I got into doing this because I interviewed our honorary mayor, Wade Beane, last week for the station, and he was telling me about this event. And I said, well, maybe we should be there. And of course, I talked myself into being here.
It didn't take a long conversation to talk you into it either, did it?
So we're here doing this, and it's always nice meeting artists. I keep saying this because it's so true. Everybody I've met here is very personable. They're very approachable, and they just they love what they do, and it shows. It really
well, it's
shows.
Always nice to meet a local radio personality.
Sometimes it is. They're not mean.
Well, But this time is one of those times.
Yeah, we won't talk about last time, but this time it is.
Yeah.
How long have you been painting?
Oh, since about 6 o'clock this morning.
I mean,
what do you mean?
How long? When did you start getting the interest in painting? Actually paint? I make a career out of it.
Make a career?
You get paid, right? If you're painting stuff.
Well, years ago when I started painting, everybody said, geez, you're so talented. You're so wonderful. You're going to make a lot of money doing this. We'll see. I went to art school.
Okay.
And when I graduated from art school, I didn't paint, even though I minored in painting in art school at the Plein Institute of Art. And I went into advertising for a number of years. And before I went screaming into the night, having worked in that business. And about 20 years ago, I started painting again. And I'm glad I did. I tell people that whenever you start something like this, an artistic endeavor, it is the right time. Age doesn't really matter. And if you interview some of the other people that are here, the age range goes from the early 30s on up to, well, me.
Well, didn't you just turn 35 last week?
Well, no. See,
okay.
Here's the thing. The other day, I used one of those apps on the computer to find my spirit animal. It came back extinct. So you never get old. You just get tired. And but going outdoors and painting is very invigorating. I have to say. You have to have a measure of stamina for it because you're standing there for a couple of hours, and you try to find a shady spot. I have a hatchback that I can pull up the lift on it and kind of tuck myself in the back there and have a measure of shade and sit on the bumper, and people drive by thinking I'm selling cantaloupes or grapefruit, which I sometimes do to try to break even, to get the gas money.
Supplemental money.
Yes, there you go. My side gig to my side gig to my side gig.
Just start avocados.
Yeah. Oh, well, so who can afford those at wholesale?
I know, $20, 20 for $1.
So, and then planning out a day, driving around an area like this, what is so interesting about Borrego Springs is it's fairly compact. You can drive one end to the other reasonably quickly. You can find some lovely spots. There isn't a major flower bloom this year, but there are clusters of wonderful flowers, little pink flowers and yellow flowers and white flowers. So I know that if you come by here at the Art Institute, the Borrego Springs Art Institute, you're going to see a lot of paintings of those flowers because artists love flowers, painting flowers, because of the color and the brightness of it. And certainly doing so in a desert setting, those flowers really do pop out. And it's been fun watching the other visitors, non-artists, driving around, going, boy, look at that cluster of flowers. Is that an artist? Don't make eye contact. He'll want to sell you something. Don't go, Margaret. Don't go over there. My God. We don't want a painting.
Is that a painting? Oh, it says avocado.
Yeah, that's an avocado. He'll sell you an avocado.
Wow. No, yeah, I can imagine. We had the flowers out here that come up like once a year.
Yes.
And
this
really,
is the once a year.
Yeah, really pretty colors in those. They really are. And I'm not a guy that's like dainty or anything, but they're really pretty colors. And so I can see how that would be attractive to an artist.
Get your camera out. They don't want you picking anything.
Don't pick them.
Don't pick them. Leave them alone. It would violate my work release program if I were to touch any of these things.
That's right. You can look all you want. But
that's right. I'd have to face yet another restraining order. I can't go there to paint anymore.
The worst restraining orders are the colorful flower restraining orders. It's the worst kind, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So I have a question here. Another one. What in all seriousness, what would you tell, other than what you said about before, what would you tell an up-and-coming artist that may be frustrated, maybe thinking maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or is this the right thing to do, or something like that?
Well, that's almost redundant, isn't it? Frustrated artist. What should I do? Where do I go? Listener lines are open. I think that's a question that you're always asking yourself. As an artist, I'm always asking those questions. What do I paint? What do I do? Why am I doing this? How am I doing this? And yet it is something that you are compelled to do. And I think for anybody who is a painter, they spend a lifetime developing their skill set. And at the point of getting that skill set developed, then they share it with others. And a program, an invitational plein air event at the Borrego Art Institute is one of those opportunities to share your art, your vision of the world. And I must say that plein air art is a very popular art form with collectors and buyers. It's very accessible from a price standpoint. You can find some nice paintings, as you will here at the Art Institute, for just a couple $100 on up to a couple of $1,000. Beautifully framed, which is also, I always say that's a selling point, because people wonder, well, do I have to get a frame? The paintings here will be beautifully framed and ready to hang on your wall. If you have a crack on the wall, you don't know how to spackle, buy a painting and hang it over that spot. You can have company over tonight.
Just don't use tape.
No. So I think you're always asking questions as to what you're doing, how you're doing it, and you spend a lifetime developing that skill set.
And to be sure, it's the frame that costs all the money, not necessarily the painting.
Well, people get confused. Sometimes they go, well, why is that painting so expensive? And you say, well, this is the amount of money I have tied up in the frame. I can give you a discount if I switch it over to my Walmart frame. And they go, no, we want this one. But you don't want to pay for this one. But so framing can get expensive, but I'm pleased to say, walking around the exhibit here, many of the pieces are modestly priced. The framing isn't outrageous, and that shouldn't really be the final consideration. It's a total package. The painting, how the frame complements it, and you can take it home tonight and hang it on your wall and have company over immediately. So there it is.
And it's already dry, maybe. And you can, like you said, hang it on your wall, put it on your mantle.
Well, these paintings, the term is, and this appeals to a lot of collectors, they're called wet painting shows. The majority of the artists working here are working in oil, but there are some watercolorists and some fine pastel artists. The oil paintings might take a week or two or more to dry. And a certain group of collectors like the fact that they're buying a wet painting. That means they're buying it fresh, so to speak, much in the matter of the avocados that I sell. But they like the idea that no one else has seen this painting before. No one else has had an opportunity to purchase it before. And that becomes a nice selling point. And it provides a nice backstory when company comes over and they say, well, I got this. The paint was still wet. We had to redo the upholstery to match the painting. It was just wonderful. Yes, it's dry down. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Don't breathe on it.
Don't breathe on it. And, of course, the watercolors and the pastels are protected behind glass. And the oil paintings as they dry. They dry with a nice sheen that, you can, with a careful dusting, you can keep them all presentable. And these paintings here, that'll be up, I guess, for the next month. You might want to check the closing date of the exhibition. You have the card right there. The show continues till April 26th. So that gives everyone plenty of time to come by and look at the paintings. It's a unique opportunity to see a group of nationally recognized artists that we have people in from New Mexico and Arizona and throughout California. Last year they had some people from the East Coast as well as a lady from England. So this show, accordingly, gets a lot of nice attention from other artist groups, and that is why it remains an invitational that Kay and the rest of the staff here get to invite the artists that they think will put together a nice show. They curate it. So that's another nice selling point. Sometimes people can get confused. Well, I don't know much about art. I don't know what to collect, or I don't know what a good bargain is, a good price to pay. And Kay and the rest of the staff are very adept at educating people, and particularly since during the week and at the opening that'll be happening this Saturday. What date is that? That's the 10th, I believe. The 9th?
It won't be the 10th. It'll be the 8th, I think.
The 8th. Okay. That's the opening night, Saturday the 8th, and the artists will all be here. So it's another unique opportunity that if you see a painting that you like, the artist will be there to fill you in on it, what time of day he painted it, what time of composition the artist put together, and where the exact location is. Because, again, you can come here and, gee, I want a painting of the area. Well, this is your opportunity to get a painting of this rather unusual area, Borrego Springs.
I think it's better than taking a picture than a snapshot, because when it's a painting, it's personal. It's what the artist, how the artist views what they're painting, as opposed to just a picture. It's just showing you what is there. You can tell, looking at these paintings here, it's the personal touches the artist puts on them, and that's why another selling point, I think, that makes it personal.
With a photograph, photographs fade in the sunlight. They degrade over time. A lot of the works that are here, in fact, all of the works that are here, might be deemed archival. The oil paintings are on canvas. If you take care of it, people will be fighting over it at your estate sale. All the relatives, Uncle Chuck wanted me to have that painting, not you, Margaret. And the other works, the watercolors and the pastels, because they're protected behind glass, these will last a lifetime and become a part of your legacy if you happen to collect it and bring it into your home, and hopefully you will. And like I said, it becomes a legacy of your story, your family history.
I think it's interesting because people don't know this, but I'm going to share right now. I don't collect paintings. I collect watches.
We'll get you started.
Yeah, I collect watches. And recently I switched the kind of watches that I collect. And without getting into anything, basically they got to be Swiss made now. So I can't meet the Swiss watchmaker that made that watch. I don't know anything about him, even by looking at the watch. But I can meet the artist here who painted that
No
painting.
extra charge. No extra fee.
Is that what he told you? Really?
No. The artists don't charge anything for you to come up and talk to them.
That's right.
And in fact, they might even pay you. Please come and talk to me. I've been standing here. Please, I want to answer your question.
Been waiting all day, Dan.
Been waiting all day. Are you an artist? Why are you doing that? Because my camera is broken. Oh, isn't it a painting, a slow motion photograph? Yes, it is. And all the artists, in part, were selected because of this outgoing aspect of their personalities. They love to talk about their craft. We'll get a lot of young people in that they might be in grade school or junior high, and they're wondering, I like to draw, I like to paint. And it encourages them to see someone of an age that somehow was able to incorporate it into their life, and that it could be an option for them. And it's a great opportunity for kids. A lot of our artists mentor younger artists. I'm with the California Art Club. A couple of the artists here are with the California Art Club, which is one of the oldest art organizations in the country, founded in 1909. And they have a tradition going back to their founding of plein air artistry. So there is that legacy as well, continuing this through line that goes back. And those artists, in turn, were inspired in great measure by the great Impressionists in Europe and France and Russia. There were movements in Pennsylvania, in Indiana, in the Carolinas, in the Pacific Northwest, as well as California. So there is a fine tradition of it in this country, and we certainly hope to have everyone come in and see firsthand for themselves. You don't have to believe anything that I have told you. You can verify it for yourself.
Amen to that. So we had Chuck Kovacic.
Kovacic. There you go.
Kovacic.
There you are. That's
I'll get
close.
it right if I say it.
That's close. I'll give you a discount on a painting. Anybody that pronounces my name correctly, I will give a discount on one of my paintings.
Now remember that. Kovacic.
Kovacic. It's not like Kovacier, although we're both intoxicating and overpriced. So, you've got that.
I don't know about overpriced. I think these artists earn every penny of it. They really do. Next to them, what do I got? I got this radio show. That's all I got. So,
well, that is quite a bit to have a radio show and record. You're a documentarian, and your series of interviews here will be greatly appreciated by the Borrego Springs Art Institute, and I hope you archive it so years from now you can say, "Wait a minute, who was it? Chuck? Who? What was that before or after the incident?" He's in the Rembrandt files. What's going on with that? They got together with these models and they slathered paint everywhere. What was that about?
I don't know. I have no idea. But Chuck, again, thank you for sitting in for this interview.
Thank
I really
you,
enjoy it.
and thank you for doing this wonderful task and bringing your expertise, the artistry of the airwaves.
The artistry of the airwaves, and I do have the face for radio. Any last words? The floor is all yours, sir.
My last words would be, come out to the Borrego Art Institute. The show will be continuing till April 26th, but all this week, starting March 2nd, the artists will be painting out and about within the Borrego Springs area, if you see any of the artists out by their easel, please stop by, buy an avocado and a grapefruit, and see what the excitement is all about.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. Have a great
Thank you.
day. Okay, so that was Chuck Kovacic. I hope I got it right. At the Plein Festival there last week. Really good interview. He called me the artist of the airways. Mike, I think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to call myself BK, the artist of the airwaves. I think that sounds really good. I mean, why not, right? He gave it to me. Chuck gave it to me, so why not take it? So I want to read to you about some community happenings. Since we are Borrego Valley Community Radio, I want to tell you about some of the community happenings from the calendar here on Go to Borrego Springs. Today, as a matter of fact, March 11th at noon, still got time to get there, is BYOB, Sentimental Journeys, Guitar and Vocals at the St. Barnabas Episcopal Church. And then at 1 o'clock, they had the senior center has Bridge. Wow, okay. We have, what is this one? The library has Fun and Games at 3 p.m. It says, join us Fun and Games Day. Free for everyone. Enjoy an afternoon of games and laughs with family, friends, and neighbors. Activities include card and board games, puzzles, or bring your own to share. Snacks and refreshments, and it's March 11th and 25th from 3 to 5. And, oh yeah, that's right, tonight's Burger Night at the Legion. I'm one of the newest members of the local post 853 for the American Legion. Tonight's Burger Night starting at 5 to 6:30. And let me tell you something. I'm going to speak to you personally about this. Their burgers are excellent. They're most excellent burgers, absolutely. Those burgers are great. As a matter of fact, they're so good, I keep wanting to go back and get more and more and more. My wife says, no, can't do that. Can't do that. Okay, so tomorrow, March 12th, 9:15 a.m., it looks like at Functionally Fit for Life. We all know where that is. It's right next to the Fudge Factory there. It's a muscle awareness training, somatic movement beyond stretching and strengthening, enhance athletic performance. Strengthening muscles, reduce injury contract. So that's going to be tomorrow, 9:15 to 10:15 a.m. and includes with FFFL membership, $15 drop-in functionality, Fit for Life Studio, 590 Palm Canyon Drive. All right, so those are some of the community happenings going on around the community. I want to remind everybody that Borrego Valley Community Radio is, as the phrase that was coined by our very own Michael R. Lawrence, hyper-local. What does hyper-local mean? Well, we're the ones who went to the Plein Festival. We're the ones that go to the music festival in the mall. We're the ones that, when they have something going on at the American Legion, we show up. And a lot of times we broadcast live from those events. That's hyper-local, because we are all about the community. The big words. See, words. Some people think of words are just words, but to me, words have meaning. I'm not only on the radio. I'm a published author, and I write a lot. And to me, words mean things. So when you take community, that means everybody involved. So we try to cover everything involved, whether it's a music festival, whether it's an event happening at the American Legion, whether it's an art festival. Look, people who know me look at me. You're not an artsy guy. I'm not an artsy guy. But you know what? The Plein Festival at the Borrego Art Institute was a community event. It happened in our community. So we had, we showed up to cover that because it's part of a community happening. And we're going to continue to do this. And we're continuing to do it, and we plan to do it a lot more and extending it somehow. We'll let you know about that a little later. So that's what we mean by hyperlocal. So I think the consensus is now we're going to say hyperlocal, the original, the Ram. That's right, because I think that sounds really nice, has a good flow to it. It really, really does. So Michael can be looking forward to a drop pretty soon. for that one. So I was going to do it last night, but I was busy writing that thing I wrote at the beginning. Look, the show isn't always going to be half hour long. Sometimes it might be an hour. Sometimes it'll be who knows how long. But to me, that's what's fun about this particular program, is the format is it starts at 11 every Wednesday and Friday. That's it. And yes, I will have interviews. I'm actually thinking of lining a couple up more right now. And I know Michael and Monica also have interviews. Monica just did one the other day, which was really good. Another one coming up. And, it's also going to have, like, I say restaurant reviews, but it could be any business. And that section is going to be called Reviewing Borrego Springs, around Borrego Springs. Kind of weird, isn't it? But that's how I keep it set, to cling down to where it should be. So Reviewing Borrego Springs doesn't go in any other show. It goes in around Borrego Springs, to me. So we'll do a lot of that and all as well. And don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourself, okay? But I have it on good authority that Michael R. Lawrence is bringing back the Rock and Request radio show. Don't tell anyone. But I have it on good authority he's bringing it back. And I, for one, am very happy about that. After all, that's where I met him. I met him when he was doing that show. And, if it wasn't for that show, I wouldn't be here. Think about that. Don't let that turn you off to listen to a show, though, because this show's a great show. I mean, he's like a professional when he does that, isn't he? He's awesome. So that is coming back, and Monica's bringing back one of her shows as well. And this is a new one, around Borrego Springs. I want to let you know it's going to be broadcasting live every Wednesday and Friday for right now, starting at 11 a.m. You'll see me out and about. I'll be handing out cards to people. It'll have these cards have the QR code on it, so you just click the code, ding, ding, and it takes you right here to listen to me, listen to Michael, listen to Monica, or whatever's on at that particular point in time. All right, so I want to thank everybody that has listened for tuning in today and listening, and this will wind up this episode of Around Borrego Springs. God bless. It's the smooth voice guy. I'm active on the radio, which makes me radioactive. Broadcasting over the radio frequency to pairs of ears everywhere. It's the man with the face for radio.
OBK.
It's BK, here on Borrego Valley Community Radio. The Rain.
That's right. We don't need no stinking FCC. That's why our call letters are BVCR. That stands for Borrego Valley Community Radio. The hyperlocal. The original. The Ram.